Look at this leaf. It is yellow, but look closely at those veins. They are still green. Here is what is strange, this plant has been watered. It has been fed. And yet it keeps going yellow. The problem is not what you are giving it. The problem is that your soil is blocking the food before it ever reaches the roots. And that one thing, your soil pH, is the reason most hibiscus plants stay sick no matter what their owners try. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes and I will show you exactly what is happening, how to check for it, and 3 ways to fix it. This channel is called Garden Decoded. Every video explains not just what to do, but why it works. If that sounds useful to you, subscribe now. It is free and it will save you a lot of dead plants. The condition your plant has is called chlorosis. It simply means the leaf is losing its green color. And the green color in leaves is not just cosmetic, it is the thing that captures sunlight and turns it into energy for the plant. No green means less energy. Less energy means weaker growth, fewer flowers, and eventually a plant that struggles to survive. So fixing this is not about looks, it is about the plant's ability to feed itself. Now here is how you know whether pH is actually your problem. Look at where the yellowing is happening on your plant. If the yellow leaves are on the new growth, the young leaves at the branch tips, and the older leaves lower down still look greener, that is your signal. That pattern points to an iron problem caused by pH. But if the older lower leaves are yellowing while the new growth looks fine, that is a different issue, probably a lack of magnesium or nitrogen. Today we are fixing the first one, because it is by far the most common in potted hibiscus. And it is the one that most people treat completely wrong. Let's talk about pH. You have probably seen this scale before. It goes from 1 to 14. 7 is neutral. Below 7 is acidic. Above 7 is alkaline. Hibiscus likes to sit in slightly acidic soil, roughly between 5.5 and 6.5. In that range, iron in the soil stays loose enough that the roots can pull it in. The plant uses that iron to stay green and grow. Now here is where things go wrong. When the soil pH goes above 6.8, something changes in the soil chemistry. The iron that was available to your roots binds itself to other minerals and turns into a form that roots simply cannot absorb. It is still physically in the soil. But it is completely useless to the plant. Think of it like food behind a locked glass door. The plant can see it but cannot get to it. This is why you can pour iron fertilizer on a hibiscus with high pH soil and nothing improves. You are not solving the lock. You are just adding more food behind the same locked door. So what pushes the pH up in the first place? In a potted hibiscus, there are usually 4 things working against you. 1. Tap water. In most cities, tap water is slightly alkaline. Every time you water, you are slowly nudging the soil in the wrong direction. 2. Most bagged potting mixes contain limestone. It is added to balance the mix when it is made, but over time it keeps raising the pH. 3. Terracotta pots. That clay material slowly leaches calcium into the soil from the water that passes through the walls. And 4. Some fertilizers leave behind alkaline residue after they break down. Any one of these on its own is small. But when you combine all 4 over one growing season, your soil can go from a healthy 6 to a plant-damaging 7.5 without you ever noticing. Before you buy or apply anything, test your soil first. Here is how to do it at home in 5 minutes. Take a small amount of your potting soil, about a tablespoon, and mix it with twice as much distilled water in a clean cup. Use distilled water, not tap water, because tap water has its own pH that will throw off your reading. Stir it, then leave it to settle for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, dip your pH meter or strip into the water and read the number. You are looking for a result between 5.5 and 6.5. If it reads above 6.8, you have found your problem. Here is something that surprises most people. The difference between pH 6 and pH 7 is not small, it is actually 10 times more alkaline. And pH 8 is 100 times more alkaline than pH 6. So a reading of 7.5 might not look alarming on the scale, but for a hibiscus that needs a pH of 6, it means the soil is far more hostile than the number suggests. At that level, the plant's access to iron drops dramatically, even if the soil is full of it. Now that you know what you are dealing with, let's fix it. Fix number 1 is elemental sulfur. You can find it at any garden center and it is inexpensive. Here is how it works. When you add sulfur to your potting soil, the microbes that naturally live in the soil, tiny bacteria, start to break the sulfur down. As they do that, they release a weak acid as a byproduct. That acid is what lowers your pH, slowly and safely over 3 to 4 weeks. The great thing about this method is that once it works, the effect lasts for months. It is not a quick fix, but it is a lasting one. For a potted hibiscus, use a 1/4 teaspoon per gallon of pot size. Mix it into the top inch of soil and water it in. Retest your pH after 4 weeks. If it needs more, add another small dose, but go slowly. Dropping the pH too fast stresses the roots just as much as leaving it too high. Fix number 2 is ammonium sulfate. This one works faster. You will usually see a pH drop within 1 to 2 weeks. It is a fertilizer that does 2 jobs at once. It gives the plant nitrogen for healthy growth, and it acidifies the soil at the same time. The way it acidifies is actually clever. When the plant's roots absorb the nitrogen part of this fertilizer, the roots naturally release a tiny amount of acid back into the soil. That acid adds up over time and brings the pH down. Mix a 1/4 teaspoon into a gallon of water and use it as your normal watering, every 2 weeks during the growing season. Because it contains nitrogen, do not overdo it. Too much nitrogen pushes the plant to grow lots of leaves but fewer flowers. Stick to the small dose and check your pH monthly. Fix number 3 is chelated iron as a foliar spray. This is your fast-acting rescue treatment while the first 2 methods are working on the soil. Here is the key idea. Chelated iron is iron wrapped in a protective coating. That coating stops the iron from reacting with your alkaline soil and locking up. When you spray it directly onto the leaves, the iron soaks in through tiny natural pores on the leaf surface. It goes straight into the plant without touching the soil at all. You will usually see new growth coming in green within 7 to 10 days. Here is your action plan, 3 steps, in order. Step 1, test your soil with the slurry method I just showed you. Use distilled water. Wait 30 minutes. Read the number. If you are below 6.8, pH is not your issue and you should look elsewhere. If you are above 6.8, move to step 2. Step 2, start your pH correction. If you have time, use elemental sulfur. It is slower but long-lasting. If you need faster results, use ammonium sulfate solution as your regular watering every 2 weeks. For a bad case, you can use both together. Step 3, while the soil is adjusting, spray chelated iron on the leaves every 7 days. New growth will come in green while the soil fixes itself. Keep testing your pH every 4 weeks so you know when you have hit your target range. Yellow leaves with green veins on your hibiscus almost always comes back to one thing, soil pH blocking iron from getting to the roots. Test the soil. Correct the pH. Use chelated iron to keep the plant healthy while the correction takes hold. And check back in 4 weeks, you will see the difference in the new growth. If this video helped, hit subscribe. I put out a new plant care video every week and every one is built around actually understanding what is happening, not just following steps. Drop a comment below and tell me your pH reading after you test. I read every single one. See you in the next video.